Hi everybody. Star of Detroit here, the doctor is in. Oh. You know, crying is a natural part of life. Everyone cries. Big people, small people, kids, parents, adults, elderly, and even people here on VRchat. Crying is something that a lot of people think is a weakness. But I'm here to tell you something. Crying is not a weakness. At some point, everybody is going to cry. And, we cry for different reasons. In this video, or I should say, in this VRchat 101, I'm going to show all of you that crying is not a weakness. But also to feel good about, about feeling sad and letting some of your emotions showcase here in VRchat. So we're going to do that in a little segment I like to call It's Okay to Cry. Roll the intro! Good job, Fluffy. Good job. So crying is a natural part of life, as I said in the intro. We all cry at different times in our, in our lives. We cried when we were born, we cried when we were kids, and at some point in the year, we tend to shed a tear at some point. But we do it for so many different reasons. Now, some people have their own ways of coping, like maybe having comfort food. They tend to eat their favorite things or their favorite comfort things when they get sad. Or maybe they throw a tantrum or something, which by the way, if you're still throwing a tantrum, log off, please. And then there are still some people out there who just, can't deal with reality, and they end up just falling to pieces, man. However, in this video, I'm going to show you something. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the fact that it's okay to cry, okay? It's okay to let go of some of these emotions. Because the thing is that if we don't cry, or if we try to be all, tough and everything like that, the emotion is just going to ball itself up. And then you're going to unleash it on the wrong person. And that's never going to be a good thing. Now, to help us with this, I've actually come to this different world, as you can see, where we're actually not in my cliffside house, or cliff sky house it's called. We're actually in a different world called Cozy Condo, because I'm going to have a few little stuffed friends to help me out here. And to help us out, we're going to have Connor the dinosaur. That's right. Hello, little guy. So this dinosaur is going to help us out a little bit in this video. In fact, Connor the dinosaur and his friends are going to help us out to kind of illustrate the reasons too why some people come to VRchat to shed a tear or cry. In fact, let's go to my board over here, or I should say my curtain, and let me show you some of the reasons why some people come on here and start bawling their eyes out. Here we are, right here in front of my list. Now this list right here is a little list that I kind of compiled about some of the reasons why some people cry. And some of the reasons too why some people come to VRchat to, bawl their eyes out. Now, this list is in no particular order. Your list might be a little bit different from mine, so just keep that in mind. So one of the things at the very top here is stress and harassment. Now, what I mean by stress is anything from stress from work, stress from maybe making images, maybe you're an artist and you're behind on commissions or something like that. But it could also be stress because of adulting, adulting like paying your bills, making payments to other things, and just trying to balance a happy household. It can definitely be a very stressful point, that's for sure. But the thing is that a lot of people, stress is one of their biggest causes. Oh, Connor. Here, let's go ahead and put you right there, because I accidentally grabbed you. Let's put you right here. Right there. Perfect. So yes, stress is something that you need to be very careful with, because if you let it build up and you get really angry, you get extremely angry, and you just want to hurt somebody or shoot their heads off or something like that, then at some point in time that energy is going to build up and you're going to start screaming at the wrong person, and that's never a good thing. And then one of the other big reasons too is harassment. Now, I'm not talking like sexual harassment. I'm talking about harassment from the internet. Ugh, the internet can be an absolute pain in the ass. Harassment can actually come from all different sources. It can come from social media, it could come from, different things, including trolls. Ooh, the number of trolls has more than tripled on the internet. Pretty much since the dawn of the internet, and pretty much since the dawn of YouTube and all these other social media apps. So to give you kind of an example, I have two little friends with me. Here they are. Oops. Here, let's get you two right here. Okay, so this little guy is going to represent all of you folks. He's the one that is over here and is just having a fun time. Okay, he's probably, let's say he's an artist, and let's say that let's go ahead and move him over here. Let's say he put up a beautiful picture. Let's say he put up a great picture of, some great artwork, and it's like, hey guys, guess what? I made some great art. Come have a look-see. Please retweet, repost, favorite, share, do whatever. Oh, I'm so happy. I got this right. Yay! And everything's all fine and good, because then you have people that are actually commenting and saying, hey, this is actually really cool. You're an awesome artist. Props to you. And then you're going to get these guys. You're going to get little trolls that are basically going to come over and basically say this or sometimes say the following, by basically going, your artwork sucks. Your artwork is terrible, man. Dude, you seem more like a pedophile. Go away. Ugh, I hate it. I hate it. Dislike. Boom, 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 boom. That is happening way too much, because you know what? The trolls are trying to use cancel culture and clout chasing to destroy the lives of many people who didn't do shit. They didn't do anything, okay? They literally just put up a great picture, and these little buggers are trying to put them down. So what ends up happening next is that now these guys over here are like, well, let's imagine that you're the artist. You're probably going something like, wait, what's going on? Why are there so many trolls? I didn't do anything wrong. I'm not any of those things. No. So then what happens is that more of these little guys come over and they start, to basically beat up on the poor bear, on you. And so the worst thing you can do is try to fight back. So we put these guys together here. The worst thing you can do is, fight back against them by basically saying, hey, I'm not any of these things, okay? You don't know me, you don't know anything, so there, yeah. Oh really? Well, we have your IP address, we have all your stuff, so get ready, we're gonna end up screwing you. Then a few days later, this poor little guy ends up getting doxxed, ends up getting contacted by these trolls, and sometimes ends up in a lot of text harassment, which can lead to a lot of stress, and can also lead to some not so good stuff. Because now the once cheerful looking person or artist that we're gonna call Tiffany, now all of a sudden Tiffany is starting to feel extremely low, because these trolls right here are winning, because now they have basically ruined Tiffany's life. They think that a piece of artwork or something that they said requires canceling. So after that, they basically feel very sad and just don't know where else to turn. And so all of a sudden, a big rain cloud is over their head, and they end up just feeling really down, like this. Oh, what did I do to deserve this? Why me? This has led to a lot of great artists and a lot of great people ended up getting canceled for no apparent reason. In fact, I know a lot of artists, I know a lot of other people who have suffered from this, who unfortunately have been canceled or have made an art piece that was extremely popular only to be destroyed by trolls. So that is one reason too to come to VRchat, to sob your eyes out. Because the other thing that you're going to need is that you're going to need your friends. However, I need to say this really quickly. Sometimes some of your friends are not going to be there, or they're not even going to freaking care about your feelings. Let's go over here to my other board and I will show you what I mean. So now you've jumped on the VRchat, and here we have little Connor again, and he's going to be representing you folks who have now come to VRchat to weep. Now, when you come on to weep, a lot of times you're going to need your friends. Your friends are extremely important because some of them will know how to help you in certain situations, but some won't know what to say. However, you need to absolutely remember that, unfortunately, your closest friends might ignore you. That's because they're either on orange or red. So, let's go ahead and let me show you again what the 4 different colors are. As we all know on VRchat, up above our names, there is usually something that we can change. We can change our status. And I don't mean, what it says underneath. I mean telling people if you're, online, or, if, people can actually join. So let's go over those colors really quickly. First off, we have blue. Now, when somebody is on blue, it means that you can join them. You can join them at any time. You don't need to send them a request of any type, and you can actually go and see them. This is also extremely important too, because when you think about this for a second, everybody, here, this means that your friend is open and actually ready to accept you. Now, when a friend is on green, it's similar to like being on blue, except that when they're actually on green, it means that now you might have to send them a invite or request an invite from them, because they are online, they're willing to have you come in, but you might want to send an invite first, just in case they're in a private instance and can't really do anything. So always double check with them. Now, when they're on orange, this is where things get a little bit hairy, because when they're on orange means that they don't see the invite. Or let's put it this way, they don't get the invite request, or they don't even see the little notification. In fact, it doesn't even show up in their little front HUD or anything like that. Unfortunately, a lot of people on VRchat are forever stuck on orange. And when that occurs, there's usually a good reason, but sometimes Sometimes they're just on orange because they don't want to see anybody. They don't want to be disturbed or anything like that. Well, if you don't want to be disturbed, why come on VRchat anyway? So these are the ones that we usually forget about. And they're usually the ones that we have to keep spamming and spamming and spamming until finally they see a crap ton of notifications. And then of course, when there's a friend that is on red, this usually means that they are not accepting anything, they're not going to see anything like that, and unfortunately, you're going to be SOL. So if you have any friends that are on orange or red and you want to see them, the best thing you can do is make sure that you have their Discord names. That way you can actually connect with them and they can actually invite you to their worlds. So keep an eye out, everybody. Keep an eye out for what your friends have above their statuses. Because then you can then pick and choose who your closest friends are and see exactly who the heck is going to, be there to listen to you. It's that simple. Anyway, back to the board. Next up on the list is death and letting go. Now I put these two together because death and letting go are essentially the same thing, in a way. But they're both a little bit different in every way, shape, or form. In fact, letting go is probably one of the hardest things that people actually have to do. Because a lot of people want to hang on to what they got. Death is a natural part of life. At some point in time, everybody's going to die. Now, I know that that's kind of upfront, but, it's the cold hard facts. But a death in the family is always going to be the hardest. Especially if it's a death of a friend or a family member, or even a pet for that matter. In fact, it really depends on how close you were to that friend or family member, or, that pet for example. The thing is that with deaths, death can happen at any point. Because you could be, on a map, going all happy and everything and being like, woohoo! Just excited and everything and just, enjoying life and all. And then you get that one phone call or that one text message that said, oh, your aunt just died. Or, grandfather didn't make it. Or maybe that one pet that you absolutely loved, that you went and either dog sat or cat sat for, sadly died. It's a really difficult deal. So here, let's say this little guy right here is the pet in question. It's somebody that you loved and you cherished and you basically took care of it. But then at some point in time, you're gonna get that phone call and find out, hey, Mr. saying, hey, Mr. Squeakers is dead. And that's gonna make you really sad, because now you can no longer hug that little fur ball, or Mr. Squeaker or anything like that. And that can be really sad. And so a lot of people tend to come to VRchat and find worlds with stuffed animals like this little guy to hug, because sometimes it reminds them of a pet they lost, or maybe they remember having a stuffed animal like this. Because sometimes in our life we have to let go of certain things to make room for other stuff. Like when you're a kid, you probably had a lot of stuffed animals, didn't you? Maybe you had a stuffed dog, or a stuffed animal of some sort, whether it be a dog, a cat, a fox. Maybe you had a stuffed badger, or maybe you had a teddy bear, this big guy, right here. Maybe this is somebody that you actually got when you were just a little kid. You played with this little guy, or gal, whichever way you want to go, and you enjoyed it. You took him to lunch with you. You had a dinner date with him. You had snacks. Maybe you watched your favorite television show, which we'll get to that in a second. Or maybe he was there for a big surgery that you had to have. He was always right there for you. But then at some point, you had to put him away. There was one night where you hugged him for the very last time, and he either got put away, thrown away, or you gave him away. Yeah, it's something that we all need. In fact, to be honest, you're never too old for stuffed animals. You're never really that old. Because you know what? Stuffed animals are extremely cool. So it doesn't matter if you want to, get that little guy, or get a big old teddy bear. If you need a stuffed animal, then just go for it. I don't care what anybody says. Some people say, "Oh, you're too big for stuffed animals." But you know what? Sometimes we need to go into our inner child. Our inner child can actually talk to us a little bit. I mean, come on. Look at how cute these are. They're so cute. I love them. And they're also very, very cuddly, too. I'm actually making myself sad even saying this. So, let's cut. I just thought of something. Normally, when I do these types of videos, I usually do like a funny skit at the beginning to kind of like give you a little laugh. So we just dealt with something that was like extremely heavy. We still got one more subject to go, but here. Insert a funny skit right about here. And so you see, the Freedom Fighters are the greatest team ever. And becoming one of the Freedom Fighters is very important, because you will be saving the world from this stupid Eggman. But, listen, could I be frank with you? I do not know where your mouth is. Is that it? No. That is your belly button, isn't it? Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on your car insurance. And now, back to our program. Last thing on our list is nostalgia and childhood. These two things are extremely important because oftentimes we do end up missing our childhood, and sometimes there's something that reminds us of either a program or something that we watched back when we were little kids. When you're young, there's a lot of different children's television shows that are a lot of fun to check out. Maybe you watch something like Rugrats, or maybe Sesame Street, or Blue's Clues, or Little Bear, Franklin, some of those other Nick Jr. shows. Some shows stuck with you, some shows were kind of obscure, and oftentimes some shows shaped your childhood. In fact, let's watch a short clip of one of the shows that shaped a lot of people's childhoods.
Thomas was on his way to the harbor with a trainload of metal pilings. They were needed to make the harbor wall firm and safe. "Hello, Thomas," said Edward. "This is Trevor, a friend of mine. He's a traction engine." Thomas eyed the newcomer doubtfully. "A what engine?" "A traction engine," explained Trevor. "I run on roads instead of rails. Can you take me to the harbor, please? Sir Topham Hatt has a job for me."
Now let's stop the tape right there for just a very quick second. Some people thought that Thomas the Tank Engine was a little bit on the creepy side, because here you have tank engines and trains with faces and things like that. But in all honesty, they're not really that creepy. Just whatever you do, don't watch Shed 17 or Project G1. Just don't let your kids watch it, okay? Now, of course, Thomas the Tank Engine was, extremely popular. But what about some of those weird and obscure shows? Well, if you grew up in the 90s, you may have seen another show that, well, I don't know if anybody knows this one, but now let's watch a little clip from The Puzzle Place. I just accidentally put my claws for the screen. Let's try it again.
You're so funny. Whoa! And what's this? Oh, some kind of a package. It doesn't look like it's for us. Tell you what, put it down and we'll come back later and check it out.
Okay.
But right now, with this room full of electronic vegetables, you have got to see the blinking celery.
Hey, does it come with batteries?
Sure thing.
I mean it, Scott. With this watch, I will tell you when to water the plants at exactly the same time every day. And it has a great alarm that goes beep 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 beep.
Stop right there for just a second. Okay, I did not mean to stop it right there, but let me give you a little background here on the puzzle place. Okay, so the puzzle place was actually on PBS Kids. That's right, back when KCET was like the big thing here in California, and PBS actually aired the show. It was about 6 kids who lived in this big house that was full of puzzles and things like that. Now, who you saw actually at the very beginning there was Leon, and I forget the blonde kid's name. I'm gonna have to figure that out. But the other two that you saw over here, if I can turn the camera around, you have Jody. No, not Jody. You have Sky on the left-hand side, and I forgot who the one on the right is named. But we'll get to that. I think I will probably put her name in the video description below if I can remember exactly who the hell she was. Sometimes it wasn't just the show that is also nostalgic. Sometimes it was the songs that they actually played on there. Like this one had a really cool song that Sky actually sings in one of the episodes. In fact, let's hear a little portion of Sky's version. I like to call it a "We Are the World" cover. But this one is called "We Are the Children." Get your tissue boxes ready first, because this one is kind of a tearjerker.
I know a storm can seem like a scary thing, but well, here's another way to think about it that might make you feel better. From the mountains to the deserts, from the rivers to the sea, the earth gives us shelter and water, food for us to eat. The earth is home to many things. There's no place I'd rather be. The earth is my mother. She takes care of me. We are the children. We are the children. Children of the earth and the sun in the sky. Storm clouds come, arrows of lightning cross the sky. The wind howls, the thunder roars, and I wonder why the clouds seem so angry. But I know the storm will pass, and the sun will shine again. The sun is my father, he looks over me. We are the children. We are the children. Children of the earth and the sun in the sky. We are the children. We are the children. Children of the earth, you and I. We are the children. We are the children, children of the earth and the sun in the sky. We are the children, we are the children, children of the earth, you and I know a storm can seem like a scary thing, but well, here's another way to think about it that might make you...
Okay, shut up. Shut up, shut up. I didn't realize that the thing was gonna overlap like that. Oh my god. That actually got to me. But you see what I mean, everybody? That can absolutely get to you. And, it's okay to cry. So the next time you actually come to VRchat and, you're feeling sad or, you need to, shed a few tears, just do so. Because you know what? Your friends are going to be there. Your friends are going to be there to help you out. And you know what? Wow. I kind of actually destroyed myself with that song. But hey, you know what? It's okay. It's okay to cry. It's okay to feel feelings. Don't ever see it as a weakness. If you need to cry, let it out. Go to a private room. Let it out. Find your best friend and let it out. But anyway, that's going to do it for this episode. Oh my god. One sec. God. Got me right in the childhood. So anyway, if you guys want to see more of these videos, make sure you hit the like button, don't forget to comment, and also subscribe. I'll see you all next time on the next episode of VRchat 101. Until then, for me, Dr. Detroit, and my little bunny friend, take care. Take care of yourself, okay?